morning, everyone. So I am actually here at Walmart. I was actually on my way to Target, but then I realized I was a little early and they're not open yet. It's cool. I just wanted to pick up some veggies for this week's meal prep. I normally don't get veggies at Target. I'll take a look when I get there and see, if there's anything that I want to grab. But since I'm here at Walmart, I'm just like, let me just, take a look and see what I can find. And is it a stretch to see if they actually have saffron at Walmart?
What?
I don't know, but I'm gonna check. So come on, let's go shopping. Hey y'all, so I am back from Target. I just got back not too long ago. And these are all the groceries that I ended up getting for this week's meal prep. But I'm not even gonna hold you and make it seem as...
Hey, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
I'm not even gonna make it seem as if I didn't get extra stuff, because everybody knows when you go to Target, you're like,
Squirrel!
and you end up getting something that was not on your list. I mean, for crying out loud, y'all, I walked out with a Stanley. Like, I didn't plan on spending $35 on hard steel this morning, but I did. And I have to live with that decision. Anyways, so what we're making today, I am making like a Middle Eastern inspired beef kofta. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and do that with ground beef, even though like more authentically it's made with a combination of ground beef and ground lamb, okay? But I'm just gonna go ahead and use what I have in the house. It's all good, not that big of a deal, all right? If you have lamb, feel free to use that. And I plan on pairing that with some yellow rice. I'm gonna toast it with some garlic and maybe a little bit of onion. And then I'm gonna put a cucumber salad next to it with cucumber, tomato, and red onion. I'm also gonna pair that with a little bit of tzatziki sauce. Listen to me. You people should manage the way I pronounce this thing. I don't know everything, okay?
Okay.
So I'm just glancing at my MyFitnessPal app over here. This is where I just calculate all my meals for the day. So for lunch, we are actually going to be doing beef quesadillas. So beef, cheese, grilled onion, grilled bell pepper. I got a little bit of, what is this? Some hot sauce from Taco Bell that I'm gonna pair with that, and some guacamole. Yeah, so that's gonna be for lunch. And then I skipped over breakfast. I skipped over breakfast, guys. It's cool. So for breakfast, I'm gonna be doing like a baked egg. I don't even know what to call it. Is it a baked egg, like casserole, or just baked eggs? I need to find a cute name to call it, because baked eggs and baked casserole is not doing it for me at all. So yeah, so I'm basically gonna blend eggs, cottage cheese, bake that with some ground turkey sausage, Super, super, super high protein and yummy to have in the morning, okay? So yeah, so that is what I'm gonna go ahead and meal prep. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. So we are kicking things off with the Mediterranean beef kofta first, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and start off with a rough chop. Let me make sure I say rough because mucho. A rough chop on some cilantro. I'm adding some dill to 80/20 beef and also some grated onion, which I drained the water out of to get rid of that extra moisture. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and include some additional seasonings. I just used some cinnamon, some salt, some ground allspice, and some crushed red pepper. These ingredients or seasonings sound super simple, but y'all, they marry so well together. So I just went ahead and I combined everything. I don't know what I was doing with this beef masher, but y'all, best believe I ended up getting my hands in there because that's how we ended up coming to this result. So, okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and seal this up and let that sit for a little bit because of course, I have a bunch of other things to meal prep. So after that sat probably for about like 30 minutes, I started to go ahead and weigh this out 2 ounces at a time. So 2 pieces per meal prep. And that is going to go ahead and give us 4 ounces of beef for our meal prep. Okay. So I soaked the kebab sticks in water. I struggled like crazy putting these together, but the main thing that I think was important was making sure that I sealed the ends so they don't open up in the oven. So yeah, but they came out really good. So you guys will see that here. All right, y'all. So basmati rice is literally my favorite rice. I figured it would be really nice to have it with the Mediterranean beef. So I just sweated out some garlic, some parsley, added that washed basmati, and I'm just toasting it with some turmeric. Maybe a little too much turmeric, but it's all right. I just toasted it to get that pretty color, and of course that garlic flavor. And yeah, it's really easy to go ahead and make this rice. After I toast it, I just go ahead and I transfer it to the Instapot, add the equivalent amount of water, and let that do its thing for about, I think, 20 minutes or so. And all these details, I'm going to make sure that I add them to the description box or the comments. So make sure y'all check that below. So normally cucumber tomato salads call for extra virgin olive oil, but I figured I would be a little choosy about, where I'm adding in my calories. So I just skipped it. And I kept it simple. I really just put, I think, some salt, some pepper, some red wine vinegar, maybe a little bit of dill. And that was really it. I feel like there's just a lot of like extra liquid that are, naturally in these vegetables that we're using, especially a tomato. So it creates its own juice. And I'm like, that's fine. So not everything needs to be exactly to the book, especially when you are the one that's eating your meal prep. So try to keep that in mind when you're following certain recipes. Make sure that you tweak and adjust wherever you need to and whenever you feel like it. It does not need to be exactly the same or the typical standard. I think the salad is normally like diced anyways, and clearly here I am with slices. So, Lord have mercy. So the macros for each recipe will be included in this video. For this particular recipe, these macros do include the tzatziki sauce that I made. The footage is just not included because I don't know where it went. But again, you will see it in the description box. All right, let's get into our breakfast meal prep. And I decided to call it the cottage cheese egg bake, since that's what it's called originally. So I'm just cracking some eggs into these glass containers. And I'm going to do about 2 eggs each. And then I am actually going to go ahead and blend some cottage cheese up, okay? Now, I know some people are really big on texture, especially when it comes to cottage cheese. Actually, I am not. I don't mind the texture, but for this particular recipe, I did want it to be really smooth. So all I did was just whip it up inside of the blender for probably about 30-45 seconds. And I was able to go ahead and get this really smooth consistency that you see here. So it almost looks like burrata. It's really cute. Is it cute? Anyways, so a couple of things I wanted to mention about this recipe. So while I'm blending this together, normally you can go ahead and add some seasonings of your choice. Salt, pepper, seasoned salt, garlic powder, whatever seasoning that you feel like adding, feel free. The reason why I chose not to add seasonings during this step is because I had already cooked my ground turkey and the ground turkey meat was a little salty. not in a bad way, but it was a little salty. So I'm like, I don't really think I need to go ahead and add like more salt. So, but during this step, definitely feel free to add seasoning if you want to. Another thing I wanted to call out is that when I put this in the oven, I did not add a pan of water in the oven underneath the eggs, but it is suggested to do so just to go ahead and create some steam, and it'll also help the eggs cook a bit more evenly. So I just wanted to go ahead and mention that recommendation. Once again, all of this I'm going to go ahead and include either in the description box or in the comments below. So you guys are going to have all the details for how to go ahead and make this recipe. Even if I made some mistakes along the way, that's the purpose of me doing this. So you guys don't have to make the same mistakes, so they can come out 10 times better for you guys. Okay. Let's get into these quesadillas, y'all. Real quick, real easy. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and saute up some bell peppers and onions, set that aside. All right, the ground beef is already cooked, that's sitting aside as well. So I laid down some taco hot sauce just so I can go ahead and get that color on the bottom of the tortilla for absolutely no reason, because I'm extra. Okay, I put down 1/4 a cup of that reduced fat Mexican style cheese that we got from Target. Alrighty, and then I just put some ground beef, and I did put 4 ounces as well, and I just flip that over. That's it. Y'all don't be like me and try to go ahead and grill some cilantro, because that's why I got them black spots on there. But yeah, I didn't do that again. I learned my lesson. So 1 tortilla yielded 2 quesadillas for my meal prep, and I definitely paired that with the hot sauce and the guacamole. It needs that extra fat, and that was really it for that meal prep, y'all. That concludes today's video. Thank you so much for meal prepping with me. If you like it, kindly give it a thumbs up and subscribe. More of these videos are coming soon. Catch you in the next one.